Hey,
Nice to see you today.
good to see you.
Angle over a little bit in your chair. That's
Yeah.
nice, so we're both kind of open.
Yeah.
So, okay. Take it from the top. Good to see you. Thanks for sitting down with me today.
Hey, great to see you, David.
And go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm Dr. Michael Regier. I'm a couples therapist. I'm practicing here in San Luis Obispo. Also have a practice in Visalia, California.
Wonderful. And you mentioned you're a couples therapist.
I am a couples therapist.
How'd you get into that?
You know, I've been practicing about 35 years, so I had years and years of work in individual therapy. I've done hospital work early in my career. I also did some research in addictions at Johns Hopkins. And then migrated toward private practice like a lot of therapists and began, again, working as an individual therapist. I went through a marriage failure and that was pretty devastating for me. And I went back to school at that point and decided to really dig into the science of what makes relationships work. And I discovered attachment theory and emotionally focused therapy, and I was hooked. I was like, wow, this explains the 25 years of my prior marriage, of what happened. And it just felt incredibly important to be able to learn how to be a therapist that saved relationships.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Take your own experiences and pain and turn that into
Absolutely.
heal.
Yeah, it's actually kind of missional. I met Paula 11 years ago and talked to her about the work, and she got very excited about it. So the two of us partner. She does all the back-end business management and scheduling, and I do the therapy, and we're just so excited about the couples we're helping.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
So if you had two pointers for couples that are looking to strengthen their relationship, what would you offer them?
You know, I would say take it seriously and dive deep. Couples, the repair for couples' problems isn't the shallow repair. All the advice out there on, just create a pattern for dating or lovemaking or whatever, that's all good advice. That always helps to spend that kind of time together, but usually the problems are a lot deeper for couples, and they relate to emotional communication problems. It's the ability to open up and be transparent with your partner. And a lot of people have a lot of trouble doing that because of the kind of homes that they were raised in, where emotions seem dangerous or emotions were non-existent.
Yes.
And so if you think about it, in just about any new love relationship, we're excited. We do communicate emotionally. It's really easy at first. We get a lot of what we call dopamine loading early in the relationship that kind of makes us actually better than we are. I always say every new lover is a poet. You write your best poetry when you're in a new love relationship. But that tends to wear off in about 2 years, and we kind of return to our normal selves. So if we're inhibited, we're going to return to our inhibited selves. And then couples tend to drift. They get involved with kids and career, and they aren't opening up with each other, and then all of a sudden that which was new and exciting becomes very bland, and people feel kind of left alone. We have a problem with parallel lives, and we drift toward a lot of separateness. And then we can fight about anything, including the burnt toast. And we get into these negative cycles of communication, which are really destructive over time. Not to mention people, and most of the time they don't intend to, but often they get close to other people, and that creates all kinds of betrayal issues. And we work with that all the time. We're working with betrayal trauma. We're helping couples escape the negative cycle, and we're helping them reform deep attachment bonds. The form of therapy I do is called emotionally focused therapy. It's the most researched, scientifically validated couples model out there right now, and we get great results.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Scientific basis for the emotion-focused work you do.
That's right.
And it's about healing wounds and then creating strong relationships that can endure time.
Yeah, it's about creating that felt sense of being loved. If I don't feel like my partner loves me, and I'm saying feel, I really have to have a felt sense of it, then these feelings of loneliness set in. And it's just remarkable how many couples come in and talk about their sense of loneliness and hurt.
Oh, yeah.
Right? If you think about it, when you're hurting, when you have emotions, the first person that you want to respond to those emotions is the person that you love. And, when 9/11 happened and people were about to die, the first thing that they did, many of them, these calls came through to their loved ones, letting them know they love them.
Yeah.
That's the way we're biologically wired to make those kinds of emotional connections. When that emotional system isn't working and we're not communicating that way anymore, we feel pretty alone and lost and not very cared for.
And then we get into all sorts of other
Yep.
troubling behaviors.
Yeah, and often addictions are a go-to for people as well. So sexual addiction and obviously alcoholism and even workaholism. People cover that pain by going to something to numb it, and that becomes a secondary problem for many couples.
Yeah. And then it pulls somebody further away from their partner. Because
That's right.
we can start to get into guilt and shame. And
That's right, yeah, and a lot of dysfunctional behavior and often irrational anger as a result of the substance kind of taking over,
right.
and that really hurts too.
More wounds.
More
trouble,
wounds.
more scars.
Yep, all of it. If you think about it, the love relationship is the epicenter for mental health, right? We're biologically wired to pair bond, and we're biologically wired to need somebody validating us and caring about us. And when we feel that exchange of that back and forth caring, the rest of mental health goes really well. And we have lots of research now which suggests that when people are securely attached, they're less depressed, they're less anxious, their immune systems work better. Overall, just a whole lot healthier. So investing in couples therapy is really important from an overall health and performance. We even solve problems better. Obviously, our emotional intelligence, which we hear a lot about in the business world, is better when we're connected. So it's really important to invest in couples work and to specifically find a therapist that can help with this level of emotional communication.
Right.
And emotionally focused therapy is specifically designed to develop that ability.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, hey, thank you so much for your time today. And if people want to follow up with you, how can they get a hold of you?
You can Google me at michaelregier.com, and I would say look at my webpage. I've got about 80 articles on different aspects of couples therapy. You can also read our book, Emotional Connection, and that's on Amazon.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for your time, and good luck.
Thank you, David.
Cool. And then you want to get